This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi all, good morning. Myself Vivek. Yes, hi all, good morning. Myself Vivek. I have more than 7 years of experience in automation. I currently I used to work as an automation test lead in one of the banking domain company, MNC company. Yes, I have I used to work with multiple tools like a Protractor, Selenium, JetSpark, Cypress, and UFT. Yes. So in multiple positions in multiple companies, I used to participate in designing of the framework also. So total, in entire my career I used to work as an automation engineer. Yes. So today we are going to be discuss about the Selenium. Yes. Before going to jump into the Selenium, just just we can simply discuss what is meant by automation here. What is meant by automation? So why we need it? So automation is simple one, very simple thing. So automation is a very simple thing here. So whenever we are using one software to automate, to test another software, that is called automation. That's it. Simply, simply just here we are going to be use a software or set of softwares to mimic the behavior of any human being. That is called automation. That's it. Simply we are going to be use another software to test a software. That's it. Just we are mimicking the human behavior, and with the help of the software, just we are going to be perform all those behaviors like how human being can able to do on a UI user interface. Yes. So generally, if you see in a market, so automation is you can able to see different types of automation. So nowadays it's a bit tricky. Like what are the difference between the so if you see in market we are having different types of automation tools like functional or traditional automation tools and RPA or process automation. So here the basically both are different from each other. These traditional automation, this traditional automation is nothing but basically is intended for the testing purpose. These are traditional automation or functional automation is nothing but basically the main motto of these automation tools are to validate the functionality of a particular application or particular functionality of an application. These tools we are going to be used to validate actual result with the expected result. That's it. Here our motto is to test the functionality and to make sure that functionality is going to work fine. That's our motto. So here we are going to be use different types of tools like Selenium, EFT, RFT, Test Complete, Swill Test, Cypress, Protractor. Yes, like this, we are having different types of tools in market. Then here, whenever this process automation is coming into the picture, it's a quite different one. So here, our intention is not to automate or not to validate the functionality of an application. Here, while we are working with the process automation, yes, while we are working with the process automation, here our intention is not to test the functionality. Our intention is to automate the end-to-end functionality of a business. Yes, just we are going to automate everything. So here, while in traditional automation, just we use it to automate the testing scenarios only. Then here in process automation, we are going to automate the entire business itself. So whenever we are going to be automating everything, yes, it will require some of the artificial intelligence. That's why these process automation tools all are developed on top of the AI, artificial intelligence. So whenever they develop on AI, obviously they have some kind of licensing tools. They are the paid tools. It will take some much time to develop. It will take much license another types of license to develop. That's why those all are licensed and paid tools. So in traditional automation, most of the tools are paid and some other tools are unpaid like Selenium also. Yes. So this is a basic difference between the different types of automation what are roaming in a market right now. Yes. Why we have to automate the why we have to do test automation. Yes. Why we have to do this test automation here. So here testing is a one of the main role whenever you are looking to the software development life cycle. Yes, this is a testing is a one of the important phase. Once the development completed, yes, we are supposed to be tested. Even though the developer who developed that code may have the single round of testing or multiple rounds of testing, but it's it's mandatory and it's very important to test that application with the other people. Why? Because the first thing, the tester should have a different mindset. Yes, obviously the way how they are handling, the way how developers are handling, the people who are developing that application, they are handled with very care. But once we release it into the market, yes, we can't able to expect what kind of users is there in the market. That's fine. The tester should have a capability of adopting the situation of market. Yes, we are the tester supposed to be behave like a user with a different kinds of mindsets and need to find all use cases and need to implement them in the testing. So testing is a quite different scenario here. So they should have the tester should have a different mindset here. So we are not, yes, developers can build an application, but we are going to be make that application strong. Yes, developers are going to be build it. Yes, they build very well with an UI perspective or backend perspective. But if they build, but it's having bugs, it's having an errors, a lot of errors, or few errors with a high priorities, high severities, then it's not make sense. That's why when once even though the developer developed an application, that application is going to be strong when we have a lots of random testing on it. Yes, just we are going to have a testing and we are going to be identifying the loopholes and security loopholes or functional loopholes, anything, then they become we are going to rise a bug, then developer are going to be fix them. So like that, the developers is going to be develop an application, then testers is going to be make that application strong by identifying the existing bugs and by reporting it to the developers to make it close. Yes, here the tester should have a different mindset. Okay. So if you people are already aware about the testing, yes, it's basic scenario like we are having different types of testings here, different types of testing, smoke testing, sanity testing, regression testing, retesting. Yes, these random testing, exploratory testing, monkey testing, like that we have different types of testing here. But whenever that application is keep on increasing, whenever that application is keep on updating, that means whenever you're trying to add a new feature to your new application or an existing application. So here, one of the major thing, whenever developed integrated a new feature or application, yes, simply they release a one new feature, they added that new feature to our existing application. So here we are supposed to be validate that new feature is working fine or not. That is one of the thing, primary thing. If that new feature is working very well, yes, that means it's not like our testing is going to be end. Yes, they added one new feature. So many times, if you can see here, then few days back also WhatsApp released one feature. Yes, that feature is working fine, very well, but due to the effect of that feature, some of the neighbor features are affected there. Some of the existing features are affected. Then simply they recalled it. So here you can see simple scenario. If when we are going to be introducing a new feature to our existing application, yes. The primary thing, yes, we are supposed to be validate is that new feature what added by the developers are working fine as per our expectations or not. That is one primary thing. But if it is working very well and if it's working fine, that's if not mean our testing going to be end. Now our main part of testing will be start. If that feature working fine, then it's our duty to make sure that newly introduced feature is not going to be affect any of the neighbor feature. Any of the neighbor feature. Yes, yes, I introduced a new feature. It's working very well. There is no bug in it. Yes, it's working as per our expectation. But at the same time, we are supposed to be validate. We are supposed to be cross-check with all the neighbor features, all the important features. Those are not affected by introducing this new feature. Yes, that is called regression testing. Regression testing is one of the important testing. Yes, we are supposed to do before each and every adding of new feature. It's a major feature or a minor feature. We are not going to be discuss about it. Either it's a minor or it's a major. Yes, we are not going to be looking to the type of feature. Just if that feature added or not. If it is added, then immediately we are supposed to be check. Yes, adding of that new feature is not disturbing any of my old feature. That's our duty to validation. That means I have a email page, sign in page, then after that inbox page, sent item page, dropped page like that. Then whenever they introduce some more feature, auto spelling correction. Yes, yes, auto spelling. Whenever that they added auto spelling correction, yes, it's my duty to validate. I can able to enter the text in inbox. I can able to enter the text in username and for password fields. Yes, everything I supposed to be validate. If they added one more new feature, okay, templates. Yes, even though after adding the template also, and I need to validate all these features are working or not. So that whenever you are going to be add any kind of feature, it's a small or big, we are supposed to be cross-check all the existing features are working fine or not. That means whenever your application is keep on growing, yes, whenever your application keep on going with a lot of features, by our scenarios, what we are supposed to be validate after adding the new feature also going to be increased. So earlier, my application is having only four features. If I'm adding fifth new feature, I supposed to validate this four are working fine or not. Then going forward in next release, I'm going to add sixth feature. At that time, testing of the new feature is not only enough. At the same time, we have to test these five features also. It's not going to be affect anything. Yes, it's required. Why? Because we have a lot of competition in the market. If anything disturbing the customer's mindset, obvious. Sorry. Yeah. Hello, Sandeep. Okay, then fine. Yeah. So it's our duty to validate each and every scenario. That's why whenever that keep on increasing the application features, this regression scenarios what we have to validate is keep on increasing. Yes. In that scenario, so each and every regression, that means each and every release, we are supposed to be do one regression testing. Each and every regression, yes, repeatedly we are going to be test the same kind of test cases. Yes. The test cases which are going to be part of regression, that means the test cases which we need to execute, the areas which we need to test repeatedly, those type of test cases only we are going to be automate. Only we are going to be automate. Yes, those type of test cases we are going to be automate here, so that we can able to reduce the time. Yes, we can able to reduce the time and cost. Why? Because once you automated, then no need to maintain the human resources for the execution, and it will much faster than the human being execution. That's why it's 70 to 75% faster. so that we can able to save time and cost both. Yes, it's going to be cover wide area, wide test coverage will be there. There is no missing, so that it's going to be very reliable. Yes, might be the mistakes might be done from the human being's end, but once you automate it, once you program everything, yes, what you automated is not going to be miss any bit line, any of the line, and it's going to be validate each and every corner what you automated. Yes, so it's reduce human intervention. So it increases the efficiency. Why? Because the area of covering will be increased. Obviously, the efficiency will be increased and reusability of the test case are having a chance here. If any test case is having the nearest functionalities or some shared functionalities, then no need to write a special or separate script for each and everything. We can able to reuse it. Yes, whenever you have a change, whenever you want to execute, yes, you automated that. Already you have the code of them, script of them. Then you can execute them any number of times. It's not at all an issue. So you can able to test your application frequently. Then more cycles of execution we can able to achieve. Yes, I have a time of 5 days in a regression. Yes, if I want to have it one more test, if it is like just I started executing on day one, for me it's taking 4 days to execute manually. That I so that in fifth day just I have second round of testing for important scenarios only. If you automated them, then you can able to execute them at least 3 times in out of 5 days. So more cycles of execution can be achieved by automating it. So once this agile methodology is coming into the picture, the automation is one of the key factor to release a function. Yes. As for the agile methodology, if you want to release any function, 80% of automatable test case should be automated before the release. Yes, this is one of the release criteria. At the same time, whenever the DevOps coming into the picture, in DevOps also, Selenium is playing one of the major role there. Yes. So this is a way of Selenium. But one thing I suppose I want to discuss here. So everything we are automating. So human beings are not required for the testing. There is no manual testing going forward. No. So here my answer is no. Automation is not at all replacement for the manual testing. It's just 80 to 90% of replacement. But still, lot of testing is there which are we can't able to automate, like cosmetic testing. I want to validate is that my logo font is correct or not? Is that my logo? Sorry. Yes, I want to validate is my logo is in a correct place or not? Yes, my font size is correct or not? Yes. Just I want to validate the text on the images. Yes, the different scenarios will be there. Those are not automatable. Yes, after doing the some of the actions, some common email is going to be sent to the different recipients. Is that email functionality is working fine or not? Yes, I supposed to be validate into the inbox of recipient. You can't able to automate them. Yes, yes, these are the different kind of scenario still there which we can't able to automate. So one thing, automation is not a replacement for the functional testing. 100% replacement for the functional testing. Then fine. So this is a scenario what we discuss as of now, like how why we are going for the automation. Then that's fine. These points are clear. That's why we are going for the automation. That's fine. Then why I supposed to be go for the Selenium? So lot of tools is there in market. Lot of tools is there in market. Then why I have to find the Selenium here? Why I have to go for Selenium with only? Yes, Selenium is one of the software. It can capable of mimic the behavior of a human being. That means just Selenium can capable of clicking on element or selecting an option from the drop down or doing a drag and drop. Yes, these all are the common kind of actions Selenium can able to do, like how human being is doing. Just it have a capability of mimicking the human behavior. That's why we are using here. This is kind of Selenium. So in Selenium, we are having different types of versions. Selenium IDE, IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. Then Selenium RC is a remote control. So RC is officially not there. It's deprecated from the Selenium itself. Then Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid. These are four versions we are having in Selenium. So Selenium RC is not no more in market. We, as a part of this course, yes, we are going to be having high level look in Selenium IDE. So Selenium IDE first. So Selenium IDE is an integrated development environment. Just we are using Selenium IDE to record and playback the actions. Yes, it can capable of record each and every action what we are going to be do in a web page. Yes, for those scenarios we are going to be use it. So even in 2016 itself, Selenium officially deprecated it from the market. Then again they released in 2018. Now Selenium ID is a simple add-on, no need of installation anything. It's a simple plugin. We are supposed to add it to our browser. That's it. Yes, as an automation engineer, we are not going to be use it in our daily life in Selenium ID. So why? Because it's an outdated one. Selenium RC is no more here in market. We are going to be discussed as part of this course. We are going to be discussed about Selenium WebDriver. Then why Selenium? So this is a high level idea about the Selenium. Then why I need to select the Selenium? The simple reason, the simple and straightforward, and this is one of the best reason why Selenium is high in the market. Yes, that one is it's an open source. That's it. The simple yeah, sorry. The simple one. It's an open source one. No need of paying any licensing cost. Yes, simply we can able to download the jars, we can able to configure to our project, and we need to automate. No one will ask you for the licensing cost here. That's why this is one of the toughest tool in market. At the same time, if you consider some of other tools, even though which are licensed, those most of the tools are supporting a limited browsers. Like some of the tools are supporting, even though if you see in the market, Cypress is one of the nearest competitor. Still, Cypress is not having a major and stable version for the Mozilla Firefox support. If you see like some other tools, still those tools are working on IE browsers only. No, most of the tools are not supporting the multiple browser execution. But while we are working with the Selenium, if you write a script, yes, that script we can able to execute in all the browsers like Chrome or IE or Mozilla or Safari or Opera. Yes, like that. It's going to be support multiple browsers. Then it supports multiple programming languages also. Yes. So whenever you are going for a tool, yes, we are supposed to use one of the binding language there. Yes, to implement our logics, to describe our inputs. Yes, these are for those scenarios. One binding language are required. Yes, still lot of licensing tools are having their own language, or they are supporting only C or C sharp. That's it. Some of the tools support only VB script. Some of the tools are supporting only Python. Yes, like that. But Selenium supports Java, JavaScript, C sharp, C++, Python, Perl, shell script. Yes, these many programming languages are supported by the Selenium. Yes, it supports multiple operating systems also. So it's a platform independent. You can able to use in any platform, like in Unix, you can able to use in Windows, you can able to use yes, like that. In Mac systems, you can able to use. It supports multiple frameworks. Yes, what are the multiple frameworks? What is the difference between them? Yes, we are going to be discussed in our classes. It has a large user base, helping community. Yes, it is common. It's having large user base, helping community, and it's simple and very easy to adapt. Even though it's freeware, yes, but it's very simple and we can able to adapt them very easily. Yes, it's one simple tool in a market, simple and straightforward. Yes. So why I choose the Selenium tester for automation? Yes, these are different. Yes, all the reasons what we discussed: multi-browser, multi-programming support, multi-operating system support, and Google is one of the company which are promoting Selenium. Yes, okay. Then we can have a try, like how just we go and we can try to automate one website. Just let me open. Yes. So this is one of the website. It's a demo website. Yes, we are going to be use this demo website in our course. So not only this demo website, we have some other websites also for our practice purpose. So once we are having some basic knowledge about the automation, then you can choose any of the website from the internet. Then you can able to automate them. Yes. So basic scenario here. So here I want to automate this login scenario. I want to enter the admin, that means username and password, and I want to log in here. Yes, once I log into it, just I want to click on the admin button. Just I want to click on this particular admin button. Yes, I want to do this operation. I want to do this operation. Then I want to enter something input here, Jasmine Morgan. I need to click on the search. Yes, this is the operation I want to perform with the help of Selenium. Then how I can able to do it? Yes, how I can able to? Yes, it's a very simple one. We can able to perform it very easily. But one thing we are supposed to be discuss here. Yes. So Selenium is a simple software. Selenium is simple software. So software can able to do the actions what you ask them to do. That's it. Yes. What you yes, what type of action you want to do with the Selenium, where you want to do with the Selenium, yes, those kind of inputs you are supposed to be passed it to the Selenium properly. Then only Selenium can able to do it. Why? Because yes, simple. For a simple layman, if I'm asking them to enter a username, then if he is a simple layman, he is not aware about anything here, then how we came to know about the username field? So we are the human beings, just we are having some intelligence like that. Intelligence is nothing but we can able to take the decision based on our past experience. So that by seeing this username, this field, yes, we can understand this is a username. By seeing this lock symbol, we can understand this is a password. So how we can able to understand is based on our past experience. We are having the capability to take the decisions based on our past experience. But Selenium is not a human being. It's a simple software. It's not having any intelligence. Just Selenium can able to do the actions what we ask them to do. Ask what we ask Selenium to do. That's it. That's a simple one. That's a simple one. Yes. So if I'm just simple one, if I'm asking you to do this action, entering username and password manually, yes, if I provided username and set of credentials, if I provided this URL and credentials, and if I ask you people to enter the username and password, what are the actions you are going to be do? Just anyone, please. What are the action generally you are supposed to be do? If I ask you to enter the username and password, what are the manual actions required here? Simply we are supposed to be enter the URL. We need to enter the username and password and need to click on the login button. Yes, the same things are required here also. Just let me open my Eclipse. So it's an Eclipse. So your screen, what you are seeing is an Eclipse. So Eclipse is nothing but it's a simple IDE for writing the Java code. It's a simple IDE. So like it's just like a notepad, so some bit of intelligent notepad. It can able to give you the suggestions. It can able to give you the predictions. It can able to compare the program by itself, and it can able to show some of the syntaxing errors, some of the missing items, what you did a mistake while typing. Yes, it's some kind of intelligent notepad. That's it. It's a simple notepad. So here we are supposed to write a program here. So WebDriver, this is a Selenium. Just I call this one and I send a name. Just I'm setting the properties here. So why I've written this line number 12 and these two? Yes, these are the things we can discuss once we started the Selenium. So discussing right now is a bit early and a bit confusing. Just I don't want to make you confused. That's why just I'm leaving those two lines here. Then, yes, I want to open a browser. Yes, whenever you want to open a browser, yes, driver here is a user defined name. You can make name anything, driver or Selenium or something else. So driver equal to new Chrome driver. So whenever we are calling Chrome driver, it's going to be open a browser. So if I'm going to be execute this code right now, it's going to be open a browser. You can see that. Yes, this is the Chrome browser. Yes, our execution completed. Just I'm asking to open the Chrome driver. That's it. Simply Selenium opened its Chrome driver for me here. If you observe here, this is a browser which is opened by me. It's my default browser, and this is a browser opened by the Selenium. So the browser which is opened by the Selenium is not having any of my bookmarks, any of my credentials, any of my settings. So always Selenium is going to be open a fresh instance of a browser of a browser. Yes. Then yes, no, I don't want to open a fresh instance. Yes, I want to open my Chrome with my settings or my profile. Yes, we can able to do that also. Yes. So once open here, after opening the browser, what I want to do, I want to enter this URL. Yes, it's opening an empty browser. In that empty browser, I want to launch a URL. Then how? Simple. I have Selenium driver dot get. Driver dot get is a function we are using it to launch a URL. In double quote as a string, we are supposed to be pass that URL. That's it. Yes. After launching the URL, what we are supposed to be do? Yes, I need to enter the username. So where I supposed to be enter the username in the username field. Then how Selenium can able to identify the username field? Yes. We are supposed to be pass an address. We are supposed to be pass a property of a username field to identify it. So if you see here, this is a page. In this page, we are having a lot of elements. Even each and every lots of elements is there here. Yes. So if you want to identify any element, just go there and right click it, click on inspect. Whenever you click on inspect, it's going to be open a DOM. Yes, here this is a developer mode. It's a DOM. So here is going to be highlight one tag. We used to call each and everything as a tag. So what is meant by tag? And those things are we can discuss in a class. So this is a one tag which is highlighting this particular field. So just you can observe this is an element. This element is having different attributes. How student is having a name, username, pass, name, roll number, like that. How employee is having employee ID, user ID, and manager ID. It's like that to identify them. Like that, we are having different scenarios. Name, ID, and type. These are different attributes. So from here, we are supposed to be identifying one of the unique attribute which is not shared by someone else. At the same time, Selenium is not able to identify elements with all the attributes, either by using name or ID by class or linked test. Just I'm going to use this ID. So now I'm going to be or Selenium. Hi Selenium. It's a driver is Selenium as of now. Just think like that. Hi Selenium. Please find an element by using name attribute. What we copied here. Yes, we have copied ID. Yes, by using ID attribute. That ID attribute value is txt username. Then after identifying it, we are supposed to type a username. Yes, we are having a method to replace the type action here. That method is called send keys. Send keys or admin. So I what I want to type here username is admin. Yes, I want to enter admin. That's it. That's it. Then I want to enter the password. Yes, whenever we are going to be asked Selim to do some work, we are supposed to be passed two input parameters. One is where Selim is supposed to be work and exactly what action Selim need to do. Yes, Selim need to work on this location. The action what Selim need to perform is a send keys and typing. So for typing is supposed to be type something, right? What the input required. Yes, this input we have passed. Okay. Then if you are working with password, then what? Just go there, that password field, right click, inspect. Yes. This is a tag which is highlighting the password field. You can see here by default it's going to be highlighted. Whenever you mouse over on that particular tag, you can observe that your password field also highlighting here. Yes, you can see. Yes, and whenever I mouse over on this particular tag, my password field is highlighting. Yes. From here, you can take one ID. If you have name, ID, autocomplete, type. Yes, you can take it ID, copy it. Yes, again, hi Selenium, hi driver. Please find element by using the ID attribute. ID, that ID attribute value is txt password. How I came to know about this txt password? The simple, that's I copied from here. That's it. Then after identifying it, please do a action. Action is send case. That means type in password. What is the password? Yes, password we are supposed to be pass admin 123. That's it. Okay. As of now, I can able to enter the username. I can able to enter the password. Just I need to click on the login button then. Then how it is? It's a simple one. Again, inspect it. Go there. Inspect it. Yes, it's also highlighting one tag. This tag is representing the login button. Whenever I'm mouse hovering on this particular tag, you can see that my login button is highlighting. Yes. So it's having ID. Now we can use the name attribute just for change. Again, I'm asking hi driver, please find an element by using name. This time we are going to be use name attribute. What is the value of that name attribute? I copied here. Value of name attribute is submit. Just I copied it. Just you can paste it, submit. Then after identifying what we need to do, yes, we need to click on it, right? Login button. For that action is we have a method dot click. That's it. So for clicking is not required any input parameter that we are not passing. For typing username, we need to give the username. For typing the password, we need to give the password. But clicking is not required. Just simply ask to click. That's it. So from here to here, this is the address where Selenium need to work, and this is action. This is action what Selenium need to do. Yes, these two things we are supposed to pass. This is an identification of an element to do the work, and this is a need of work Selenium need to do. This is a type of work Selenium need to do. Yes, these two things we are supposed to be clear here. Yes. Now we can execute it. You can observe this one. Just I'm clicking on the run. It's going to be launch a browser. It seems like the site is under maintenance. Let me exit it. one more time. Yeah, system application is slow. That's why you can't able to observe this one. Yes, you can see here. It's enter the username and password and click on the login button. That's why we are in this particular place here. That's why we are in this particular place. Yes, let me do some more steps here. Then you can able to observe. But one thing you can observe here, whenever the browser opened by the Selenium, Selenium will open into this particular dimensions only. If you want to maximize it, yes, you can do that also. Yes, if you want to maximize, just you're supposed to do it. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. That's it. Then I want to click here on admin and on admin button. Just go there, right click and inspect. Yes, you can have this ID. You can copy it. Hi driver, please find an element by using an ID. That is called that ID is yes menu underscore admin. Then after that, please click on it. That's it. So after clicking on it, we will be redirected to some other page. Yes. Here I want to enter my username. Sorry. Yes, I want to enter the username field. Yes, you can use this name attribute again driver dot. Please find an element by using name attribute. That name attribute is this one. Then after identifying, I want to type my username. So type is Sankis. Yes. What you want to enter? I want to enter Jasmine Morgan. Yes. Copy this. Oh, sorry. Copy this text. Yes. I copied here. Then after that, I want to click on the search button. I want to click on the search button after entering Jasmine Morgan. Just go there and inspect. Yes, it's having an ID. Search button. You can copy it. Driver dot. Please find an element by using ID. We are having search button. Then after that, need to click on it. That's it. So let me execute it. You will have some clarity now. Now it's maximized. That window was maximized now. You can observe this. Yes, you can observe here. It's clicked on the admin. It's enter the Jasmine Morgan in the username field. It's clicked on the search. Yes, that's why we are having this as a result. This is the way how we can able to automate an application. Yes. So any questions in this scenario? for anyone, any question here? Okay, then fine. So this is this is a very high level scenario how we are can able to automate an application with the Selenium. Then yes, up to here it's very fine. Then why we need to sorry, why Selenium with Java? So we this course is belongs to Selenium with Java, right? So yes, we know this is a Selenium. It's working like this. Then where we are using the Java? Yes, first thing why we are going to be use Java only. Why not use something else? So here different kind of points is there. Like for Selenium, we are having very good support for the Java. Even Selenium is also developed on top of Java libraries. That's why it's very good to use with Java. So majority of the users still they are using develop their applications on top of Java only. So obviously they prefer to have a testing platform on Java only. Then advantages with Core Java. So here, so once what we automated here, just we enter the username and password and we are clicking on the sign in and we are entering the search for a particular user. That's it. But we didn't apply any kind of logical implementation. If that user just earlier in application just I used to search for the Jasper Morgan. In my real time scenario, if Jasper Morgan is not there, then I suppose we verify for some other user. Then how if he is there or not? How we can able to decide? Yes, we are supposed to do some kind of logical operation. If else condition we need to apply it there. Yes, if user is there, do this action. Yes, user is not there, you can do that another action. Yes, some kind of conditional statements implementation is required there. So these type of conditional implementations, yes, these were logical implementations. We are going to be implement by using the Java. Yes, that's why we need to learn Java there. Then how much Java I need to learn? Yes, how much Java we are supposed to learn, and what are the prerequisite for that for this one? The first thing, the prerequisite for the learning Java is nothing. Yes, we are going to be start from very scratch. How to install the Java? From that point, we are going to be start. Yes, we are going to be start from very basic. Then we are going to be learn entire core Java up to the collections. Then we are going to be do parallelly the programming practice also. Once that Java completed, yes, as part of the course, just in first 2 days, I'll show you the high level scenarios of Selenium IDE and some kind of identifiers. Why? Because it's required for the it's a high level introduction to the Selenium and it's required to estimate how Selenium is going to be work. Then we are going to be learn the Java first 20 days, 15 to 20 days. We are going to be learn Java only. Once that Java completed, yes, we are going to be start from very scratch. How to install from that point. So once that Java completed, then only we are going to be jump into the Selenium. We are going to be discuss the Selenium after Java, then test engine, then page object model, then final framework. Yes, at the end of the class, we are going to be design our own framework with all these implementations. That is a hybrid framework we are going to be construct. So this is a structure of a course. So in this scenario, as part of Java, yes, we are going to be learn what is the object-oriented concepts, what are the class or objects, what are the basic control statements, what are the basic loops or iterators, like while, do while, for each. Yes. Then array concepts, collections concepts, threads, exception handling, Java collection framework, like what is map, set, list. Then IO concepts, how to handle, read the data from the external files, then database connectivity. So these all the things we are going to be discussed while we are learning the Java. So once we completed all these concepts, With practice, then only we are going to be jump into the Selenium. Yes, yes, this is the way how we are going to be learn. Yeah, so how we are going to be learn this Java, how we are going to be start Java. Then once it's completed, we are going to be jump into the Selenium. Yes, this is the structure how we are going to be learn in this course. So any questions from anyone? Any queries?
Hi sir, I'm Deepika. Hello.
Yeah, hi
Uh,
Deepika.
yeah, hi. Actually, I got a small doubt that you have inspected the one of the web page and type here in
Yes,
Selenium page, right?
yes.
Yeah. What is the difference between doing directly for the web page and using the Selenium, and how it is testing the whole page, like without giving every instruction? Like,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Just let me open that one. So your question here, you're copying from this node and you're pasting here. Then how it's
yeah,
going to be tested? That's it, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So here, driver dot find elements. The simple thing here. So if we yes, let me log in out. Yes, the simple thing here. If if you ask some other person, if you ask some layman to enter the username, then here there is no username field. Then how that layman came to know about this is the username and this is the password?
Okay.
So even though the
Yeah, I
person is
will
not able
just
to,
type.
yes, sorry,
I will just type the password and the name.
yes, yes, you can able to type the username and password, but how you came to know where you are supposed to be type?
Okay.
So if it's just I'm talking about a layman. So you can able to take the decision by seeing these diagrams. Why? Because you have a past experience with these type of web applications, so that you can able to take a decision based on your past experience. That's an intelligence we have.
Yes.
But Selenium is not having any intelligence to take their own decisions. Just Selenium is a tool. Just Selenium is a software. Just it can able to do the work what you ask them. That's it. So
Okay.
if Selenium is a layman, Selenium is not having any kind of knowledge. So if you want to enter the username, if you ask Selenium, like if you ask Selenium, please go and enter the username, then obviously Selenium will be have a confusion where is supposed to be enter, where is supposed to be enter. So
Okay.
that's why whenever we are going to be asked Selenium to do some work, we are supposed to be very clear and we need to give two inputs. One is where it's supposed to be work and what's supposed to be work. Where is supposed to do the action and what action is supposed to be do. Exactly, we did that only.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's supposed to be work on username field and it's need to do send keys action, that is type action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this then how we can able to identify it? How Selenium can able to identify it? Yes, Selenium is not able to identify any element based on this UI, based on this screen what we are saying. Selenium can able to identify these elements with a DOM structure. That means if you click on the inspect, what you can able to see here, we used to call it as a develop mode or DOM, document object mode. So here each and every tag is representing each and every element. Then each and every tag is having different attributes, like how a employee is having different attributes: team name, manager name, then your own ID card number, own employee ID. Yes, like that, different attributes will be there. So in these attributes, Selenium having a capability of identifying an element with limited attributes, with name attribute, ID attribute, like that. So with these attributes, we are going to be used and we are going to be ask Selenium. Like if you want to identify any person, if you want to call a student from from any class, if principal want to call a student from the class, simply he sent a guy, please go to 8th standard and please call a student with the name Krishna. That's it. So here Krishna is an attribute to identify a student. The person who sent for calling, the first is like the mediator, the boy, don't know about the Krishna, don't know about the characteristics of Krishna, something else. Here, that characteristics of that particular student, name equal to Krishna, is given by the principal. Like that, we are going to be give the attribute, and Selenium use this attribute and identify the element and do the action on that element. That's it.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Is it clear or any question?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So, any questions from anyone? Yes, this is the way how we are going to be discuss. Yes, please.
Sometimes we want to we need to locators. సో మనం
Mhm.
ఎలా యూజ్ చేస్తామండి ఆ లొకేటర్స్ ని? మీరు లొకేటర్స్ గురించి ఏమైనా
Definitely, yes.
క్లాసెస్ ఇస్తారా?
ఖచ్చితంగా అండి, ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే, లొకేటర్స్
Yeah.
గురించి మనకి
It's a, locators is one of the important topic not only in Selenium. If you want to learn any kind of programming, sorry, any kind of tool, in each and
ఓకే
every tool, these locators are one of the important. Identification of an element is one of the important stage. Yes, obviously
ఓకే
we are having a dedicated classes for them.
ఓకే హియర్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ట్యాగ్ నేమ్ హియర్ ఇన్ ఎలిమెంట్స్?
So tag name is nothing but is it.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే
So this is a tag. Each and everything we used to call it as a tag. The
ఓకే
first word which is highlighted in a, some kind of pink color, we used to call it as a tag name. This is a tag.
ఓకే
This tag is having one name. That this is input is a tag name.
ఓకే ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Yeah, we are going to be discuss about what are the different types of locators. Then what is an XPath? What is a CSS? Then how to identifying an XPath? Different types of XPaths. Yes, obviously we are having sir. So we have more than 2-3 classes dedicated for identification and element. In once Selenium started. Initially,
ఓకే
initially in second class, I'll give you a high level idea. Why? Because to practice meanwhile, then once Selenium started, obviously we are having it. Why? Because without this identification, we can't able to do anything. That's why it's one of the important steps. Yeah. So, any more questions?
నో.
Yeah. If no more questions, yes, that's it from my end. Then we can wind off. If any questions, yes, please drop a message to career IT team. They will revert to you. Yes, that's it from my end. Yeah, thank you all. Bye.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek.
Thank you, Andy.
Excuse me అండి వివేక్ గారు,
చెప్పండి చెప్పండి.
ఇవి రికార్డ్ సెషన్స్ అవైలబుల్ ఉంటాయా అండి?